歡迎大家又嚟到鬆仔亂咁噏啊 And this is the only sentence I will be speaking in Chinese for the entire episode. Today, I'm going to do a challenge to speak in English
for the whole episode.
Honestly, I haven't spoken in English for ages, especially in front of a camera. So if I make any mistakes, please do forgive me. So if you want to see how I fail this episode and this challenge, let's go and watch. By the way, there will not be any subtitle of this episode. The only reason behind that is because I'm too lazy to type it. But it's an opportunity for you to try out your listening skills, isn't it?
In it.
Hello everyone, welcome to 鬆仔亂咁噏. I am 鬆仔仔
And I am 鬆仔仔仔.
Our silly daddy thinks he can speak English better than us.
We are here to prove him wrong.
But are we too mean to daddy?
Well, he asked for it. Emotional damage.
Okay, so Songtai, when we speak in English today, that sounds funny. So what we are going to talk about today then?
Oh, recently a lot of people have been criticizing your pronunciation.
Yes, there have been a lot of criticism.
Although I criticize his pronunciation too.
Not only Songtai, okay? My Songzai and Songzai Zai Zai and Songzai Zai Zai Zai, they always criticize my English. Like when you speak in Cantonese, like my dad, he's not native Cantonese speaker.
Yeah.
So he does...
He does funny Cantonese.
He does, well, sort of funny Cantonese, like a little bit of accent.
Yeah.
So every time he does something that I find awkward listening to, then I will automatically try to correct him.
Yeah.
And that is the atmosphere that I find from my family. So every time when I speak in English or try to say anything in English, they always try to criticize my pronunciation. Honestly, I feel extremely nervous about this episode. I haven't practiced at all.
I'm very comfortable.
Yeah, can you see how talkative she is? I mean, she has never been that talkative. As soon as we are doing this challenge, she's like, all right, I'm going to do it. But then I get very nervous. So, okay, so what's the first word that you think that I pronounce wrong all the time?
Coventry.
Coventry.
Yeah, how do you usually say it?
Coventry. Coventry.
Coventry.
Yeah. Every time I say in my video, I say Coventry.
Coventry.
Yeah, that's how a Cantonese person would pronounce that. I do admit that's something that I do all the time.
It's very annoying.
Yeah, what's the second word then?
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Ham.
Birmingham.
Ham.
There is always ham.
Although
in
Americans say ham.
Do
don't
they?
I think
Do
so.
they?
Birmingham.
Oh, there's a place in North Wales called Wrexham. But it's spelled W-R-E-X.
Oh, Ryan
H-A-M.
Reynolds, the football team, Wrexham FC. Wrexham.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you're Cantonese, you're probably going to pronounce it as Wexham. But it's pronounced as Wrexham. So when you say any city's name with H-A-M at the end, it's usually M, not ham, because the H doesn't have
Nottingham.
They don't pronounce H.
No H.
Yeah, H is a no sound alphabet, right? Yeah. You see how I pause in each sentence because I'm trying to think if I'm saying the correct word. Because Nottingham.
It's because you're
Birmingham.
trying to translate the Cantonese into English, isn't it?
Yes, it's especially difficult when you're looking at the camera and doing it. But it's like a muscle reflex every time when I do my introduction in my business video. Like welcome to Gaga Home. Yeah, today I'm gonna take you to Birmingham.
Say it again.
Yeah, it's so natural. You see, every time you say something like, this is Birmingham, Nottingham, you say it all the time and you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's very natural when you speak in Cantonese that you say some wording, English word, but in a Cantonese way. So that's how I got into...
It's because you're kind of catering to your audience as well, though, sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, but now I think they find it insulting. Because they think you are insulting...
Stop insulting my intelligence!
You're insulting my English. You think that I think it pronounced Nottingham. No, it pronounced Nottingham. So what's next?
Portsmouth.
So it's a place.
Yes.
Portsmouth.
What, the clothing brand? Paul Smith.
You know, every time when I say Portsmouth,
Yeah.
Portsmouth, it sounds weird.
Portsmouth.
It doesn't sound right.
Why doesn't it not sound right?
Because I always have Portsmouth in mind, like the clothing brand. But I know it's pronounced Portsmouth, but I always think that it's pronounced Portsmouth. So every time I say Portsmouth, I say Portsmouth. Yeah, it's some weird thing that I do in my mind.
You know what I find really annoying?
What?
When you say Solihull and Manchester.
Solihull.
Solihull.
So sorry. You know, have you ever seen that video, the BBC video, that Chinese person was trying to mimic like a Chinese accent when he saw something funny about a Western person trying to cook a Chinese dish. So he was like, "Oh, this person is trying to win the rice. Who wins the rice like that?" I think I find it more comfortable speaking like that. Honestly, if I have to speak in like a posh way, a British way, I find myself very pretentious. But
Really?
I do. 即係好似好扮嘢咁啊. I find it very pretentious.
I don't think so.
To be quite honest with you, yeah? The reason that I'm not too conscious about my accent or my pronunciation of the wording that I use is because I don't think that is the priority of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The priority is two things. One is I need to be able to speak my mind. So
Yeah.
whatever that is in my mind,
Yeah.
I'll be able to translate it into English because I'm not native.
Yeah.
Because everything I think in my mind is in Cantonese.
Yeah.
So I have to do the translation back in my head,
Yeah.
and then try to speak it out in fluent English.
Yeah.
The fluency doesn't mean you have to be perfect in your grammar. I'm not perfect in my grammar
Yeah.
because my wife challenged me all the time, or
Yeah.
even my sons challenged me all the time.
Yeah.
Say, "Bobby, 唔係咁講㗎. You have to say this. So I find it very annoying as well. But the reason that I don't find grammar the most important is because there are a lot of different people in this country. No one's speaking English perfect.
To be fair, a lot of local people don't really have very
Yeah,
good
even
grammar
though
either.
if you look at their Facebook page,
Yeah.
sometimes the things they say really surprise you. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you're really from England? You really born here? I mean, I honestly don't see any grammar in your sentences. So it's not really something that's very important to them, obviously.
Not really.
Because it's an international country. Everyone can stay in the country
People
if
understand
they
you,
want
it's
to.
fine.
Right? So as long as people understand you
Yeah.
correctly,
Yeah.
because, I mean, the most important thing in speaking in English is, one, your confidence.
Yeah.
Second, the confidence of speaking what you're trying to say. So you don't mislead people. You don't want to say
I
things
think
that...
the tone of your voice changes the way you're speaking
Yeah,
as well.
Hong Kong people, especially like my mum, Song Ma, when she say things in English, they lost the tone. So they would go to a supermarket, they ask for a bag, right? Can I have a bag?
That just sounds like
That
quite
sounds
rude.
very rude.
Yeah.
But in their mind, they're very polite. Like
Yeah.
my mum is, she cares about mannerism a lot.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't say something rude to...
Well, no, she will say, "Can I have a bag, please?" But
Yeah.
the tone.
She's trying to say, "Can I have a bag, please?" But when she say it out, it becomes, "Can I have a bag?" It sounds like an instruction, an order,
Yeah.
more than a request.
Yeah.
So the first thing I think Hong Kong people should do when they arrive UK is not try to get your sentence perfect. Not try to get your pronunciation perfect. It doesn't matter if you say Nottingham, Birmingham, or Nottingham, Birmingham, because people do understand you. Even though she is a local British,
Yeah.
or whatever background that person is coming from, they always understand, okay?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a moment like, "Oh, what is Birmingham? I only know Birmingham. I have no idea what Birmingham is." They wouldn't do things like that. I mean,
Of course not.
It doesn't really matter. Or your grammar is wrong.
Well, to be fair, it's actually quite rude to say someone's pronunciation is bad to
They
their
won't.
face.
They won't say in your face. They won't be like, "You know, your pronunciation.
Your pronunciation is so bad.
My God, your grammar is completely wrong.
What's wrong with you?
You say they are, you don't say they is. You say you are okay, you don't say you is okay. People won't talk to you like that, okay? It's completely ignorant to think people in this country would say something like that. So I think the first priority is to get it as fluent as you can. Fluency doesn't mean that you have to speak very correctly.
Perfectly.
Or perfectly. It only means that you have to accurately present what's in your mind. I mean, what's on your mind. And the first thing people would ask is, how do I speak fluently? So how do I speak my mind? There is only one way. Practice. Okay? So you have to speak in English. That's the only way.
I guess it's more confidence, isn't it?
Yes.
So
you have to have the confidence.
Yeah. So you don't have to be don't be afraid to speak it. The more you speak it, the more fluent you'll get.
Exactly. And I find it very amusing, or should I say amusing?
I don't know.
Like when people on Facebook, a lot of people are asking for tuition.
Yeah.
English tutoring.
Yeah.
But they're asking in the UK if there's anyone who speaks Cantonese who can tutor my son or daughter in English.
You're asking a Cantonese speaking person to teach you English in the UK.
That sounds ridiculous, okay, in my opinion, because you won't ask a native English speaker in Hong Kong to teach you Chinese or Cantonese. That sounds crazy, right? Why wouldn't you get a native English speaker to teach?
It's to do with
your
confidence
child
again, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're just afraid.
You're afraid of speaking in English. You're afraid of making mistakes. That's the biggest mistake you're making. Because without making mistakes, you are not going to improve. I'm challenging myself right now.
Yeah.
I've been here for 20 years.
I can see the smoke above your head.
Yeah, you can see I'm sweating already. Because looking at a camera, speaking in Cantonese, and looking at the camera, speaking in English is a completely different thing. Because you have to...
Is it?
You have to rehearse in your mind. Because I do get accustomed to speaking in Cantonese because it's getting quicker and quicker to process in my mind what I'm going to say in the next few seconds.
Yeah.
But that ability takes time to practice. And I've never done that in English, so I'm sweating already.
CPU overload.
Yeah, the CPU is overloaded. I need more RAM in my mind. But I do believe the more I do this, the more fluent I'm going to be. Because I do remember a couple of years ago when I used to have to do business travel to Belfast.
Yeah.
Because I used to do...
Oh, your accent went funny then.
My accent went like Belfastish. Like Irish accent. I can't mimic it anymore. Like good morning. I'm trying to say this to you.
Yeah, you always used to say good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. It used to be like good morning. Yeah. How are you doing today? Then that period of time when I traveled to Belfast a lot, I become Irish. It was like, yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, good morning. How are you doing today? It sounds weird.
Good morning was weird.
And then because I speak English so much, to a point that I was thinking in English as well.
Really?
Yes, there was a point that when I remember very precisely when I arrived Bristol Airport after a long day in Belfast.
Yeah.
I started speaking to you in English.
Did you?
Like non-stop. Yes, for the whole night. Because I was thinking in English as well. Because the more you speak in that language, the more you get fluent. It's a natural process and you have to embrace it for you to be able to do it.
Do you think people will listen to this episode?
I'm not entirely sure.
But if they do like it, we can do more episodes like this because I'm okay with that.
She's so enthusiastic. I mean, she likes speaking in English more than in Cantonese, but I'm already sweating. So, I mean, we've done 14 or 15 minutes of this already. Is that enough?
I don't know.
Does that prove a point?
Is it enough?
Do you all see how she comes alive when she speaks in English? It's like I'm in her territory now.
Maybe they should pick a topic and then we speak in English for that topic.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yeah, we can do a second challenge. If you do like this one, right? Whether or not you understand, it doesn't really matter. Or you can loop the whole episode again and again. I don't really care. The more you loop it, the more views I get. So it's a win-win situation.
You're on my turf, son.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry ho. Right, so if you do like this episode and you do want us to do more of these, pick a topic, leave it in the comment section, and let us know what you want to hear about in the next time when we do a second challenge of this. Right, so yes ma'am, I'm in your turf, so you do what I do at the end of every video.
Yeah. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.
Bye-bye. Wait a minute.
That's
You
it.
forget the bell.
Is it called the bell?
It's like, share, subscribe, and don't forget the bell. See you next
bell.
time. Bye-bye. 好啦，終於都完啦。